Hi guys, 10 more mistakes. I probably will make a couple more mistakes as well. We all make mistakes. In the last lesson, I wrote we didn't have internet. A couple of people corrected me and said we didn't have the internet, and internet with a capital letter as well. Of course, it's correct, and all I can say in my defense is that native speakers make mistakes too, and I think with articles we often miss out articles when perhaps we should use them. Not for some things, but for other things we do. For example, musical instruments. I think we often say he plays guitar, she plays drums. Anyway, 10 more mistakes. So, number one, this came up in a letter I was correcting for Ksenia. There was an exhibition last year. The curators were preparing for 5 years. Now, it's a tense problem. This word is a nice clue for what you should be doing. Now, the problem is this. We start with last year. There was an exhibition last year. Now, on the timeline, let's put now here. Last year is here. And then we say the curators were preparing. Now, were preparing means they were in the middle of preparing when the exhibition happened. And that sounds a bit strange to me. Much better to use past perfect, because they had prepared before last year. So you could use two here. You could say had been preparing, which is what I'm going to write. They had been preparing for 5 years because of the for. For emphasizes duration and past perfect continuous emphasizes duration. I'm not going to say that had prepared is wrong, because I wouldn't say it's wrong. The curators had prepared for 5 years. It puts more focus on the result and says they had prepared for 5 years and it went really well. It was a great success. Okay. Number two, when I stopped to smoke, I couldn't sleep. Now, this stop plus to plus infinitive, it is possible. But it's unlikely in this sentence, because here we're probably talking about the process of smoking, like giving up. We're saying when I gave up smoking. Well, then we need gerund after stop. Stop doing something, stop smoking. You can't say stop to smoke. You have to say when I stopped smoking. Okay? When I stopped smoking, I couldn't sleep. But you can say stop to smoke in a situation like this. When you're in your car, you're driving home, and you for some reason you just really need a cigarette, perhaps you're a compulsive smoker, and you stop the car to smoke a cigarette. So stop to smoke is like stop in order to smoke. It's stop walking or stop driving to smoke. Okay, number three, she born a daughter. I understand the logic here. You're thinking, was born is passive, born is active. It's not. Born comes from to bear a child. And we don't usually say she. What we would say here is she gave birth to a daughter. That's what you really want to use. Gave birth to a daughter. Okay? I'm sorry I've rubbed off she born. Just going to have to take that down beforehand. But she gave birth to a daughter. Okay, number four, they didn't speak English good enough. Almost correct, but this is really an adverb. It's how the speaking happened, and it's at the end of the sentence, so it must be an adverb. We need the word well then. They didn't speak English well enough. You could say they didn't speak good English. If you put it there, you see, it's more like an adjective. But this would be much more correct. So number five, I turned on it. It could be possible under one or two situations, because phrasal verbs have so many meanings. It could be possible when you turn on someone. It might mean, yeah, probably not it, maybe a dog, but it means you perhaps go to attack them. But that's a different phrasal verb than the one which you're probably referring to, which is the light or the computer. And that phrasal verb has it in the middle. I turned it on. Okay? Not at the end. I turned it on. I turned the light on. I turned the computer on. Turned the phone on. Number 6, in 1986 a new phase of the project has started. Definitely not here. This is the signal and the tense is wrong. If we say when, never use present perfect. Always use past simple, started. Okay? New phase of the project started. Number 7, how it called. No, not really. And not even really, how is it called? Usually we say, what is it called? What is it called? I can't think of when we would say, how is it called? So I think what is it called is better here. I think it's what you mean. Number 8, nobody of these sons didn't have children. So you need to be looking at this and this. And I hope you think immediately these are two negatives. So it can't be right. We don't say nobody of these anyway. We say none of these. None of these sons. And then we need to make it positive because this is negative. None of these sons had children. Okay? None of these sons had children. Number 9. And Chelsea started to win Liverpool. This is a vocabulary mistake. Win is just win the match or win. Chelsea won last night. They won 3-1. That's okay. But Chelsea started to beat Liverpool. Or Chelsea beat Liverpool 3-0. Or Liverpool beat Chelsea 2-0. But this is the verb you need for when one team is doing better than the other team or has been successful against the other team. Number 10, it was the greatest event of the last year. It's an article mistake. We don't say the last year or the next year unless there is one exception. We say the last year of my time at university or the next day of my holiday or something like that. You could do it if there was an of. The last week of term, I can think of. The last something of, and then you can use the. And that of is very common with the definite article. You can see it in other situations as well, where when you use of after the noun, it defines the noun, and so you use the definite article. Okay, I hope that's all clear. If you have any questions or corrections, please put them under the video, and I'll certainly reply. Okay, thanks for watching.